Well, it's Friday in New York City, and I went to see a movie last night. And I was really excited because I thought I'm going to be able to get on the air today, and I'm going to be able to tell you all about a movie that you're going to love. Because it is great. It is really great until you find out that the killer is U.S. military and a guy who believes in the Constitution. And, oh, did I just spoil nonstop? Damn it. Oh, I didn't mean to say that the ending shows you that it's a killer and it's the U.S. military and a guy who believes in the Constitution. Man.
Wait, you're supposed to alert people that there's a spoiler.
I should have said that there was a spoiler alert.
Let's do that now.
They made
spoiler alert.
The military looks like they're terrorists.
Awful. Yeah,
darn it. Did I just wreck that movie for everybody? Yes. Oh, I didn't mean to entirely. Here's the thing. Even in New York City, that got groans.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going through the whole movie, and it's a good movie. And gosh darn it, I wish I wouldn't have spoiled it because it's not worth seeing once you know that they made the terrorist a U.S. former ex-military for the U.S., I think it was a Ranger.
It's unreal.
It's just, and the audience, when it's revealed, the audience go, really, in New York City, where, oh, gee.
Yeah, because there was like the position statement where he describes the reason why he does this, and it's like 7 paragraphs of the most nonsensical nothingness.
Yeah,
just
it doesn't
even
make sense.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm setting up Liam Neeson is not because I think that this whole hostage movie thing has gone on and on and on and on and on far too many times. I mean, maybe we should start suspecting Liam Neeson, which is exactly what happens through this entire movie. But it's just a setup because I believe in the Constitution. I'm a Tea Party person. And let me tell you this right now. It's the government that has been putting people like you drunkard, on planes and allowing you to be our TSA. And that's just wrong. So I'm going to blow everything up and take the money. I've got a parachute here, so I'm going to live. And I'm going to take all the money, and I'm going to get away with it. Oh, ha, 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 ha.
He doesn't actually say Tea Party, but it's fairly strongly implied.
Fairly implied.
And even the row of New Yorkers in front of us, I heard complaining about it as we were filing out of the movie. I thought for a second, I was in Texas, and I thought, no, wait, we're in Manhattan.
Yeah,
this is great.
In Texas, they may tear the screen apart.
Oh,
they may tear the screen apart in Texas.
Please,
this is
bother.
One of the look.
Don't support this movie.
You know, please don't support this movie. Do not go to this movie. I don't think I've ever said don't go to this movie.
Well, you're not going to enjoy yourself, so that's a logical movie recommendation.
I will say, I think all of us, Stu, the possible exception, we're enjoying it a lot. Until that reveal.
I really liked it. I thought it was really
I liked
interesting.
it. I thought it was really interesting.
There were some problems with it, but I mean,
cheesy.
You know,
it was cheesy. It was
forced. Okay, yes.
Force Liam Neeson, who's awesome, and I love Liam Neeson. I love his movies. I mean, Taken is one of my favorite movies. But like, you just throw him because he's a big action star. Throw him on a plane and add a little drama. But there wasn't much more than that. It was just a star vehicle for Liam Neeson.
Yeah, but I mean, it was still. I mean, in the world of bad
exciting,
movies, a sea of bad movies. This was a life raft.
Yeah.
It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
I will tell you this: we have a chance as people. We have a chance to say no more Hollywood. No, I won't do this. I mean, you're gonna jam down Noah. And trying to package it as a religious movie.
And then at the end of the article I just read, the religious guy from somewhere, I don't know, it makes the excuse, are you really going to say that after 20 years of complaining about not having one of these movies, you're really going to complain? Yes, I am.
Because it's not.
Because it's not.
You know, and I'm not going to. You know what? What we should have done. Because, gosh darn it, I wish I wouldn't have wrecked the end of that movie for you because it's the whole tension of the movie. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And I will tell you that it is the guy that has glasses that you see him at the very beginning and he says, "Are you going to Amsterdam?" Oh, darn it. Did I just say that?
And you suspect him initially and then you don't suspect him and then you do.
Yeah, and so he's the guy. And if you... All right, if you tune back in, I'm not going to say any more. Except the killer is the one that he tapes his hands about halfway through. He's a school teacher. And so you completely dismiss him.
And ex-military.
Right.
And
and
and there's another ex-military guy helping him.
Yeah. And there's a little hole in the bathroom where they do a blow dart and they kill the pilot. Gosh darn
what
it.
What movie is
this
again?
This is Nonstop, the new
yeah.
Liam Neeson movie. So
that
now that I've
blames
said
terrorism on ex-military personnel.
There's absolutely no reason to go because there will be no tension now that you know about the blow dart.
Right.
You know that a guy who said, I'm going to Amsterdam is the killer.
And he does that right at the beginning, so you're going to know
you're
right at the
know
beginning.
right at the beginning.
And
who
even
it
before
is.
you've gotten to the movie, you know anyway. So.
I gotta say too, it was some Hollywood director at some point is going to grow some balls. And
no, they're not. No, they're not. Gee, I guess right. Maybe the best investment ever is the studios at Las Colinas.
Yeah,
because we're going to start making movies. We've got to get into the culture. We have to stake out the territory of the movie theaters. We have to stake out the Oprah Winfrey area. We have to stake out television at night on primetime television. It's time to stake this stuff out because I've had enough, and it is a wide. And that's the problem. No amount of research, no amount of anything can help these people in Hollywood. They don't get it. They don't get it, and they will not get the fact that this is a wildly insulting movie. It is, and it's one thing to make The Rock. Okay, I got it. It was The Rock. But we're making The Rock in a different time. You don't make a movie now. That's the person. Oh. Let me give you this. Oh, one of the heroes is Muslim. Yeah. Now, I'm actually glad through this movie. I see the Muslim, and I'm like, please, they're not going there, are they? Because everybody's eyes switch to the Muslim. Oh, my goodness, it's a terrorist. It's got to be the guy who's Muslim.
And that's where I was going a minute ago. Like, there's to the point of if a real director gets balls, they'll actually make the Muslim the terrorist. Because I never suspect the Muslim. I know, with 100% certainty the Muslim's not
that's not him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid the camera even pans over to him because
all they do
they
is
just make people
racist
make people
on
go.
The
plane.
If you're even thinking that it's the Muslim, you in the movie theater, you are a racist.
Right.
That's what they're saying.
He's a hero in this movie.
And
he's a great guy, and that's fine.
I don't have a problem with that.
But then you make ex-U.S. military the terrorists.
No. First, you have to stop and make the New York City police officer a complete and total jerk. Mm-hmm. And you make the New York City police officer going, wait a minute, you're not letting that Muslim in there, are you? He's a Muslim. He can't be good. He's a Muslim.
It's just pathetic.
It's pathetic.
It's pathetic.
It's pathetic. Don't support
it.
Please don't go see this movie. Please don't go see this movie.
I wish we would have
demanded
our
money
money back because it's awful.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good movie unless you know that it's the guy from Amsterdam who you see in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
He's actually not from Amsterdam, but that's where he says he's going.
Says he's going.
And
he
lies.
He lies.
He lies.
Why did you lie to me? Why did you lie to me? I don't know, Mr. Irishman. I don't know. Maybe because I'm the terrorist?
Oh, man.
Oh.
It's frustrating. It really
is.
We
really have an opportunity here. If you Facebook and post this everywhere and get the word out, make sure you tell everybody you know. It's not really suspenseful at all. If you go see Nonstop, it's really not full of suspense. Because it's the guy who says he's going to Amsterdam. This is really like the...
but there's an accomplice. Don't forget the accomplice there. There's actually two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He's the guy. It's the black guy in line
yeah.
that is really a jerk at the very beginning of the movie. He's the accomplice.
It keeps asking, am I in your way again?
Yeah.
That's him.
That's him. Oh, and he also... you dismiss him because he tries to help.
Right.
But that's not...
Seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a computer programmer, but he's not really doing that.
Mm-mm.
What he's doing is he's setting somebody else up who they kill because the other guy, who you think is a school teacher, is being pushed across the aisle. And when he does, he takes like one of these little poison blow dart things and sticks it into the rib cage of another guy who's a good guy. So... Gosh darn it!
That's almost the whole movie of Nonstop.
That is the whole movie.
Now
so
I've
you've already seen
every single. Did I tell you that the pilot dies?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You did
Okay,
mention
again,
that.
yeah, the pilot dies.
Yeah, you did mention.
Don't suspect the guy, the co-pilot, because he's totally good. He actually lands the plane in the end.
Totally a good guy.
Yeah.
And he does a really good job of landing the plane. It's already blown apart because the bomb does go off.
Yeah, it does go off.
But
that thing that they were trying to do with it, it works.
It works.
It's never been tried before, but it totally works.
It works. So if you ever find yourself on a plane with a bomb, you put it way in the back and you jam it up against the door and put all the suitcases up against it.
Right.
And that sort of deflects.
And here's the other thing that I would do. Do not suspect the woman with red hair.
It's not her, because for a minute it looks like it might be, even though you like her the whole time. And then, so go ahead and like her the whole time because it's not her. So,
don't see Nonstop. It's an insult. It's an insult to anybody who believes in the Constitution and believes in our military. We promised each other. At least I said. I make a promise to you. I will not treat our military the way we treated our Vietnam veterans, and we're doing it now. We're not taking care of their health. We're dismissing them when they get back, and now we're making them into terrorists in our movies. And it's the same weaselly people that are doing it. Don't go see Nonstop. I'm just writing another Facebook post.
About Nonstop?
Yeah, it says, I'm on my way to Amsterdam. When you hear that, know that is not from a guy you'll later think is a teacher, but rather the terrorist. He says it in the opening scene of Nonstop. Spoiler alert.
Wow. Wow. Well, someone wrote in on the feed, thanks for saving me around $25, guys. That's way more than Obamacare ever did.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
Yeah, we'll save you $25. Don't go see this movie.
Seriously.
Please don't go
awful.
see this movie.
Unless you'd like to blame the,
No, if you like to be part of the problem, go see this movie.
Right.
You want to teach Hollywood a lesson? Tell everybody you know. I'm on my way to Amsterdam. Where are you going? Opening scene, that's the killer. Now you've wrecked the movie. There's no reason to see it. And the killer is a U.S. military guy.
Well, haven't they walked themselves into a corner on these things?
Two of them.
There's no one else they can blame safely.
No, it has to be a white military guy. A white Christian or military guy. And may I remind you, the only military guy that I know of that went off the reservation and just started killing everybody was a Muslim. He was a Muslim military guy. How's that one?
Mm-hmm. I do remember that. Yes.
Very
tragic.
Yeah. But if you saw a Muslim military guy in a movie, he would be the hero.
Instantly. You know it. I remember when I took the SATs back in high school, I read a book about how to take the SATs, and one of the things they said was African Americans were complaining that the questions weren't in their culture enough, so they forced in questions about the African American culture. But when you were doing the multiple choice answers, you knew if an African American was mentioned, it couldn't possibly be in a negative way.
Right.
So you knew you could eliminate half of the answers because you knew they couldn't go negative on it. And that's what Hollywood is in them. You can't say anything bad about anybody but a white or a white guy, a Christian guy, or a soldier.
But you know what? 24 got around that by doing Serbians or Russians.
Yeah, I mean, are there
the
really
French?
There's no one else.
I would have rather had the ExxonMobil guy be the
honestly,
terrorist.
I would have rather had.
Don't use US
would have rather had the kind of fat, dumpy guy who used to be on Fox that's now on radio and started his own. I'd rather have him.
Yes.
I'd rather have him be the bad guy than the U.S. military.
There's a guy who suspiciously looks like Glenn Beck on the plane. It's him. That would have been better.
It would have been better.
I
would have accepted that much more than. Because, I mean, they're making our military, our former military, look like bad guys, terrorists, unstable. Stop it right now. Stop it, Hollywood, right now. Do not see Nonstop.
But it's an alternative to seeing Nonstop this weekend, which sucks. So you could go see Winter's Tale.
Well, you don't want to say that sucks, because that movie doesn't suck.
Well, it's what they did with it sucks.
It's
whom they blame it on.
Wrong.
It's
just wrong.
Really so wrong.
It's really wrong.
You could stay home and watch The Wonderful World of Stu.
No.
How many hours until that?
Go see Nonstop over that.
Really? You just said that you were going to send a message to the...
I know. But, I mean, there's only so many things I'm willing to do. Jamie, you're on the Glenn Beck program.
Hi, Glenn. I think it's going to be interesting when the DVD comes out and we see the director's cut of Nonstop with the extra surprise ending. That it's actually a white Christian. He doesn't go to church much, but he's a developer on the Obamacare website. And he's so upset that not enough people registered for the exchanges that he feels the need to hurt people so that they force them to sign up.
Can you imagine? That's what this movie... Can you imagine making that movie?
Not in a million years.
No, that's
Not in a
as
million
ridiculous
years.
as the premise that you told me the actual movie is.
Yeah,
it's really bad. No, I'm just talking about this guy at the airport,
Okay.
and he says, and then later I found out that I'm like, oh, he's a school teacher, because I thought there was something weird about that thing at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Found out he's a school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the end, I find out that he is ex-military.
Yeah.
And then the terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's another ex-military guy, I understand, if you're telling the same story that I've heard, another guy with him who's ex-military.
And he's standing at the where you're checking in, and he's like, "Hey, am
he's
I bothering you?
Am I in your way?
Yeah, I'm in your way?" As a real jerk. And then you think, "Oh, well, he's a computer programmer, and he's going to help." And you find out that he's also ex-military, and he is also a terrorist.
Yeah.
And what's really neat about that is that's the everything you need to know about Nonstop, the movie with Liam Neeson. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So
don't waste your money. Don't support this thing.
no, don't support it, because you know what? It's a good. Nothing against Liam Neeson, and it's a good movie, and I'm bummed. But even in New York, I'm telling you, last night we were all there. Stu, were you shocked at the reaction from the crowd? New Yorkers.
Yeah, they weren't happy.
They were not happy. When you find out you've gone through this 90-minute story, and it's good, and you go through this 90-minute story, and you find out who it is, even the New York audience
was pissed.
They were pissed. They were like, "Oh, you've got to be." I mean, it is so out of touch and such an insult that New Yorkers felt it was insulting. Don't see, and tell everybody, don't see Nonstop. It's insulting.